Welcome back to the Keeper of the City. And tonight I want to talk about corporate America. I know I've been gone for a while, but I had some personal issues in my life I had to deal with. But now I'm ready to get back on my grind. So back to corporate America. And the reason why it's so important to talk about corporate America before we go into this new year is because think about it. All your major holidays from Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving and Halloween are all towards the end of the year. Most of the money brought in by corporate America is during the end of the year during the holidays. And we do it in the name of religion to say we're celebrating and we're praising and so on and so on. But when it comes down to it, it really comes down to corporate America shaping the way you think, the way you act, the way you dress, and the way you live your life. Because by you spending your money, I noticed that everybody from my family to job to people I'm seeing on the bus to just at the gas station, everyday situations are talking about how they struggling after Christmas. And after all these holidays, they glad it's over with because they had to spend money in gifts. Now think about that. Now, corporate America is sitting back smiling at the end of the year when they big bonuses and they big checks come in from all these rushes while you sitting back trying to recuperate and you ain't got to barely have enough money to feed your family. Something's wrong with that picture. All these ads and all these organizations and all these people who's pushing these legislations is all controlled by corporate America because the money talks. That's why school is on the back burner. That's why healthcare is on the back burner. That is why, our what is it called? Our Social Security checks. That's why it's going to run out soon. Everything that's important is on the back burner, but everything that got to do with entertainment is on the front street, like the NFL, basketball, from sitcom shows to reality shows to MTV, BET, all these music shows, all these things are all is what is on Front Street and what's been perpetrated in everyday life from fast food. Everything that's not good for the human being but takes money from you is what's pushing today. From sex to drugs to violence, all this stuff sells from the video games. Like I said, from your religion, how they control you and make you spend money in the name of God in order to buy these religious stuff to spend on these holidays. All this stuff is ridiculous. All this stuff, we need to start giving back. We need to let corporate America take this grip off us. I'm sorry. You got corporations spending millions of dollars during the Super Bowl on ads, and all this money be going back to the community. But you know why they spend these millions of dollars on these ads? Because it works, and it's proven that it works. Because when you see something over and over and over and over again, it plays back in your mind and it becomes part of you. And if it becomes part of you, eventually you become part of it. So that's why, when you want to be a good person, try to be around good people because it rubs off on you. The same way you're around negative people all the time, it rubs off on you. So when you're around every day, this music, how they pushing all this gangster rap, all these the clothes, to the way we think, to the sex, to the drugs, to all these things you can even think of, to our jobs, everything that can in our everyday life that we need to survive is controlled by corporate America. It's not controlled by the president, it's not controlled by Congress because they have these lobbyists that's paid by these big corporations to pass certain legislations certain ways in favor of them, which should be illegal. It should be treason. It should be put to death for things like that. But in this country, it's allowed. So before you go into next year, after you go into next year in 2010, try not to spend all your money. If you really love somebody, wake up and tell them, I love you. Every day, wake up and tell them good morning, text them, call them, leave a message. You don't have to spend your money. Just trust me. Money only can go so far. They sit back and they smile with their pockets. They make these movies for you to watch. They make these video games that's addictive, and they get you hooked on all these violence and all this sex and control, and they control your mind. Back in the day, we played hide and go seek. Now all kids do is sit at home, watch TV, and play video games, and let these people get into their household. And that's how they things against your household, get into your mind, and penetrate your soul. So I'm asking you to take back America because it's going to go down. Because it's not controlled by common sense. It's not controlled by, morality. It's not controlled by righteousness. It's controlled by greed and corruption. Why do you think all these big companies can get away with this stuff and do what they do and have all these big banks bail out and all these car bailouts and get away with it and keep their job and have bonuses? Because you know why? They run America. They have more power than the president. They have more power than me, and they more have power than you. And the only way we can never get that power back as the people, like the Constitution says, we the people, not the government, we the people. And the only way we the people can get that power back is we take the power back up here. And hopefully it don't come down to a physical revolution, but a mental revolution where we can change the way we think and the way we act, and don't let these ads and these games and these videos and these commercials and these sitcom shows control the way you think and the way you act. So peace be unto you.